It's Thursday, August 9th, 2018, and it's time for my Week 9 CFL predictions on V10 Sports. Now, stay tuned, because if you want to be slightly over 500 in your CFL picks, I'm the guy. I'm 8-7. So if you just want to be slightly better than 50-50, listen to what I have to say. Now, the last time there was only 3 games in a week, it was the first week I did this. First week I tried doing this, there was only 3 games, and I went 1-2. So I've been fighting to stay get to 500 and get above it. I'm above it. If I go 1-2 again, I'm going to be 500. I'll be 8-8 or 9-9. I'll be 9-9. So we're going to start with this. Edmonton is being given 3.5 points at British Columbia, facing the Lions. Lulay is, I think, playing spectacularly. BC gave Calgary all they could handle. Edmonton's a really good team. Riley's a really good quarterback. But I think BC comes away with this victory. I think it's back in BC. They had the week off. So I just believe that BC, with the way that Lulay is playing, that BC should get this win. The team is playing much better. The next game is going to be Hamilton versus Winnipeg. Winnipeg is being given 6 points. I feel like that's probably about right. But you know, Hamilton right now is probably set up for a little bit of a fall, just because they played that really good game last week against Johnny Manziel in Montreal. I think they're going to have a little bit of a letdown. They're now in Winnipeg. So, I mean, this is, I think this is Hamilton. They're going out west. I just think that because Hamilton's going to have to travel, a little bit further, they're going to have a letdown game. Winnipeg has one of the better defenses, has a really good offense ever since Nichols has come back, and I think Winnipeg will win. I think Winnipeg will take this game. Now the last game, Montreal at Ottawa. Johnny Manziel will start, and he should. But as Poor Metaphor has been pointing out to me, Montreal really does not have a team around him. And you look at it, and there's not a lot there. There's not a lot of skill players there. It just looks like it's going to be an uphill battle for Montreal the rest of the year. I think that Johnny still needs to play to get better. I think, Sherman knows what Manziel can do. Sherman worked with him at A&M, so Sherman knows what Manziel can do. It's just a matter of getting him into positions to do what he does. I would still run a little bit more with Manziel, move the pocket, do something. Ottawa is not the toughest team in the world. I know that they lead the East, but they're not the toughest team. They are very average. Look at where they rank in a lot of things. Ottawa is 4th against the run, pretty good, but they're 7th against the pass. So, hopefully Johnny can maybe take advantage of that. But then again, Montreal is 8th against the run, and they're 9th against the pass. So Harris might have a big game. Ottawa has the worst rushing team in football, tied with Montreal having the worst rushing team in football. So both of those teams are awful at passing, but Ottawa is pretty good throwing the ball. They're 3rd in passing, and Montreal is 8th. So none of this really sets up very well for a Montreal victory in Ottawa. One of the good things, it will get Johnny Manziel away from Montreal. It'll be on the road, so maybe the pressure will be a little bit less. I don't even think there's really national. I don't think there's American TV coverage for this game. I haven't heard anything about it. But I feel like, Ottawa is an average team, but unfortunately I think that Montreal is not a good team. So Ottawa's being given 14.5 points. That might be a little on the high side, but I think Johnny will have a better game. But I still think Ottawa's going to win this thing. Last week, I jumped right on the hype train. I jumped right into that conductor seat, and I said Montreal is going to beat the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Oh, 50-11. What was that final score again? Hamilton pretty much made that prediction look bad. I mean, that prediction looked bad after the first half. I mean, it just looked terrible. I think Johnny will have a better game. I don't think he's going to throw 4 INTs again, but that offensive line is going to need to protect him a little bit longer. The wide receivers are going to have to contest a little bit more for the ball, and if you want to throw it, Ottawa doesn't really stop anybody that consistently. They're better against the run, but then again, Montreal doesn't run the ball very well, so I think you have to take advantage of Johnny's athleticism, but it still won't be enough. I think the Red Blacks pull this one out. Should be a short video, so I'm going with BC in the upset over Edmonton. I think that Lulay and the BC Lions having the week off, being in BC, playing really good against Calgary, I think this team might be starting to come together. And we could see, and I've seen BC play some real close games, so I kind of like that team to pull off the upset and beat Edmonton. The BC Lions are not as bad as that 2-4 record shows, and I think that they'll beat Edmonton. I think Winnipeg will beat Hamilton only because Hamilton is coming off of that high of beating their former quarterback and going into Montreal and really putting the screws to Montreal. But I think Hamilton will have a little bit of a letdown. Winnipeg will probably come out victorious. Winnipeg's too good of a team they're not going to take Hamilton lightly. In fact, I think Hamilton beat them in the first game they played this year. And then Ottawa should beat Montreal. But I am still hoping that, I'm hoping that Manziel has a better game and shows a little bit more that he's starting to get things a little bit. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you think I'm going to go 1-3, 1-2, 2-1, 3-0? Do you think? It's amazing. There's not that many games to pick, and I still can't go undefeated in a week. I'm always getting at least one wrong. So there's only 3 games, and I'm hoping if I do get one wrong, it's just one, and then I can get even a little bit better than 50%. Because right now I'm 8-7. I would like to be, I don't know, maybe 10-8. That'd be nice. I'd take that. So let me know down in the comments below what you think. With all that being said, to the troops, past, present, and future, thanks for the freedom.